What's up, guys? We are out at the Lagrange Memorial Library. Today we're going to take a tour and see the status of construction. This is the new front entry. We have two entries on each of the streets. The library itself sits between two major roads. It's kind of a grid system that's an extension of the old square. So this is a new entry right here. This was originally the children's area. So there's going to be a flight of steps up and a ramp to your left. We are going to leave the stone. We're going to paint that, and then we're going to touch up some of this ephes. But there's going to be this great lobby right here. You'll have a bookstore on your left, and then the back of house is going to pretty much stay the same over here to the right. We'll go inside so you can see this great axis. But there's probably 6 or 8 different steps that go up. It's going to sit up real nicely. It's kind of amazing the change in elevation on the site. So over here on our left will be a new addition to the library. It's going to be the meeting room. We have some parking spaces that are kind of going in. We're trying to rework the parking, and then there'll be a drive-through to the other side with the idea that you can add a parking lot up in the distance. The library did purchase that lot, and at one time we were going to have a kind of a park, but we just save that for a future phase. Yeah, so you can see, let's get over the silt fence, and we'll get inside the building. Yeah, so this looks great. These are the footings for the new walls, and the way you do footings is you have all this rebar in them. So these will be filled with concrete, and you put reinforcing into concrete. Concrete is one of those that is really great in compression. So you can press down hard on it, but if you try to pull on it, it's brittle. So you put the rebar in there, and it's just been this wonderful combination that has been used for, man, maybe a century now. I'd have to go back and look when the first reinforced concrete was used. But this rebar, it just really adds to the strength of it, and so there'll be a nice little wall formed up right here. This rock in front of you will be exposed on the inside of the meeting room. We're going to paint it. I think the texture will really look nice. And then you can see here, this is a little entry hallway into the meeting room. And so, yeah, look at this. Over here on our left is a demonstration kitchen, and hopefully we can find some donations for that. That's just going to be shelled in when the library first opens. This is our bookstore. Man, it's really nice and large. That's one of the things that during design, you try to do the best you can with scale, and we've got a lot of ideas about proportion and everything, but feeling the space just really feels nice. So this is the main entry into the library. Now what we're going to do here is a very Frank Lloyd Wright experience. So it was very impactful on me when I went to the Roby House. The Roby House is known for having a very low entry, and then Frank Lloyd Wright expands you into this wonderful space. So we are attempting something very similar here. So as you come into the library, you have this low ceiling. We do have these pop-ups, and those will be these felt pop-ups and have some great accent lighting that'll up like that. So it's going to be very interesting coming through here. You'll catch glimpses of there's a little computer room lab and a conference room over on your right, and then on our left over here is a little gallery area. Maybe some of the local art from different elementary schools or different exhibits can happen. It's kind of meant more as a temporary type space rather than permanent. So as you come through this space, you will experience this pop-up into the main reading area. Wow, looks great. It's first seeing this. Over to the left, you'll catch a glimpse of this wonderful protected courtyard that we're going to have, and in the distance is the children's area. So this really looks nice. Oh, look at this. We have some of the booths over here. Really cool. So the help desk is right here, and what's really neat about it is it's got great visibility. You can see who's coming in, you can see who's going to the children's area, you can see what's happening in the courtyard, out in your main reading area and then all back through the stacks. And then here's these really wonderful custom booths. And look at the way we did it. So these were meant to mimic perspective view. So here we are commenting on kind of Instagram culture, that specific unique view that kind of frames someone's experience of a photograph. So what we did here is we set these up from a unique perspective, and they vanished. So if you understand one-point perspective, these booths are set up in one-point perspective. Really look nice. In front of us will be the teen area. And then over here is going to be some maker spaces. You can see one on the left, one on the right. And then back in the corner is the zero noise room. Over here will be the large computer room. But let's make our way. Let's make our way over here. Okay, so we're walking by the teen area. Have this really interesting ceiling that we've done in there. It's fantastic. Got a couple booths in here. You can see how it's actually the same booth design. We just turned them different ways. Man, it looks great. So right here is the perspective view. So this is an entry off the other street. And again, you can see right through the axis to the other side. Great visibility. You catch some of the old art structure of the library. And then from over here, we have a vantage point. So this vantage point is set up with the viewpoint of a camera. So you kind of have these collapsing. It's not quite working with the iPhone, but if you stand at the right point, these lines become vertical in a photograph. So I'm sure when this thing's done, we'll set it up and really have some fun with that. But see, the ceiling kind of rises up. You got this great ceiling working up over there, let in a lot of natural light. They've started framing these booths. So this is, there'll be one of these at each of the openings. And that's just gonna be a great place to get in, do a little work. And then you can see the courtyard, they're working on that. I'm now over at the other entry to the library. This side over here, we're gonna clean up the EFIS and paint it a little bit, but it's gonna somewhat remain the same. We did get rid of this, strange might be too harsh a word. It was a weird side feature. Right here was a wall, and all the homeless people like to sleep behind it. So we did get rid of that. This entry right here will be elevated a little bit. There's a couple steps to go up and a ramp, and you're gonna have a book return here as well. This is the courtyard in front of you. It will have a wall on this side so that it is enclosed on all four sides, and you can basically let your children out and they can run around while you're sitting on a bench reading a book, and you don't have to worry about them being able to get out of the space. This was the old Canopy Entry into the library. We're reusing that. There will be an addition that's built on this side for the children's area. Kind of looking forward to seeing that this barrel vault was an addition in the 90s from the original 1970s building. You can see the barrel vault over here. We were kind of in postmodernism as architects during that time, and so these kind of shapes were very popular. We're kind of retaining those. In some ways, this is the second wave of postmodernism is trying to emerge right now. Architecture's really struggled over the last decade, really almost the last 20 years, to kind of find a voice. It's almost like we've been moving sideways aimlessly. I don't know if we just took things too far with deconstructivism. Sustainability and LEED green has really dominated maybe the last 20 years, but Peter Eisman would tell you that that's not a movement, and I'd agree with him. But yeah, this side we're going to clean it up. It's going to look fantastic. Well, that was it for the tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't taken a chance to subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate you doing that. We're trying to grow the channel. Get to 1,000 subscribers would be fantastic. In the world of YouTube, supposedly something magical happens there when you get to 1,000 subscribers. I'd like to see what that is. and you guys could help us do that. And if you haven't liked the video, please consider doing that as well. That just kind of helps with all the algorithms. But yeah, that was the tour of the Lagrange Memorial Library. We are in construction. We do still have a lot to do, but there's a lot that's been done. And so you guys stay tuned for more videos, and we will see you next time.